Hi friends, so I want to give some thanks and some shout outs to our patrons on Patreon.
Yes, thank you very much to Terry Cotman for your support.
If you are interested in checking out our Patreon and potentially subscribing to us, feel free to check the link in our description of this episode. Thank you very much.
Bye.
We all know that Anna is a liar, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
She especially lies to strangers. But she also lies to her own sister.
Okay.
This wasn't the route I thought we were taking.
So, a few weeks ago now, Anna invited me over to her house. And so I went. And she was like, hey, I'm going to make us some food. I'm going to make us chimichangas. You know, the kind of like mediocre frozen ones.
Yeah.
She threw some in the oven because it's the superior way to cook them. I will give her that. And then after the chimichangas had finished cooking in the oven, she goes, hey, do you want anything on your chimichanga? And I say, what do you have? And she goes, you know, cheese, sour cream. And I go, I would like some cheese, please. I would love some cheese on my chimichangas. And she opens her fridge and she goes, oh, wait, I don't have any cheese.
I prefaced with, I'm sorry I lied.
Do you see? Harmony is crying right now.
Here's
Do
the
you
thing.
see this?
I offered a solution. I had string cheese she could pull
Do
apart.
you think that string cheese is a worthy opponent to a good slice of cheese laying over top of a baked chimichanga?
You're right, I'm sorry.
Those are literal tears that are just absolutely welling up in her eyes right now.
You know, at least she actually got to eat her entire chimichanga. Mine had a piece of rubber in it, and I threw it away.
That's karma.
Did she have the sour cream though?
Yes.
She had the sour cream, but I don't like sour cream.
Fair enough. I was just checking.
I don't care about the sour cream. The fact is, she said there was cheese, and there was no cheese.
Go ahead and say it, Beth. What did I do to her?
You lied to her.
I know, I'm sorry.
Sinful.
Why did I write this? Brought to you by the record button.
Welcome back to Why Did I Write This, the podcast where we read bad writing so you don't have to. I'm Anna.
I'm Beth.
I'm more alive than that.
Okay, Gladys.
And my name is Harmony.
Thank you.
Listen, it's been a long week. It's been a long forever.
We haven't been in this specific couch spot in forever.
I know.
It's been a hot minute.
People went on vacation. People were doing things with school.
I know.
What the heck's wrong with y'all?
And I was at home crying.
Good.
You find any writing while you were busy crying?
Yes, I did actually find a few different things. It's from my college book. It's from my college creative writing class.
You really
more
sound dead
specifically.
inside right now.
Listen.
I'm listening.
I have a good story.
Okay, so
Okay.
tell us the story.
Let's hear this story.
Okay, so this was written on December 5th, 2014.
God, I love that you give us the exact dates. Thank you.
So people
was-
know.
Also, for an assignment. So, yes.
Yeah. It's not like my detailed journal entries.
Right, but like no one at home is sitting here jotting down today on a road.
You never know.
Well, it's true fans.
It's nice to have a timeline.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, so this is called mail disorder.
How do you spell mail?
MAIL, like
Thank
letters.
you. Thank you.
Like
Oh,
the
I get
letters.
it. No, not that kind of disorder. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Just one more. That's all I need. Oh, a good whiff, and then I'm out of here.
What?
Thank you for clarifying how you spell mail.
The scraggly, scrawny man thought desperately. His wrinkly blue uniform was stained with dark red droplets, and it smelled as though he had not been washed in a matter of weeks.
As if he had not been washed.
Oh. Okay, hold on. It smelled as though it had not been washed in a matter of weeks, not
Well,
him.
He or his gross uniform. You never know.
Yeah.
Needless to say, he was a mess.
Well.
He was also late for his afternoon delivery, again. But he knew he could not leave until he got his fix. He sifted through an array of sealed substances, trying to determine which one would suffice to his needs.
This is why we don't send drugs through the mail.
Oh yes, you are the one. He clasped the white substance with his filthy mitts and turned it in all directions, taking in its wonderful glory. This particular item he had chosen had just the right amount of color to it, the perfect shape, and just the right texture. Smooth with a tad bit of roughness. This is my last one, I promise, he blubbered shamefully to himself.
I love that you made some poor teacher read all of these highly sexual suggestive things.
This isn't sexually suggestive in any way. This is like a drug fix. But it's for male. Positioning the substance just right in his hands, he sniffed loudly and obnoxiously as he dragged the envelope under his oily nose. Sweat beaded on his forehead as he reached the end of the unopened letter. The aroma of the ink on the bleached white paper and the ever so slight cutting feeling of the edge sliding against his skin was just so heavenly and addicting. There was no way he could ever give up this habit. It relaxed him. He loved how it made him feel before a long delivery.
This is why the mail has been delayed for weeks and weeks and weeks on end.
Because
All the mail carriers are in the room just fucking sniffing the mail.
Getting high off of your freaking ink and stamps. Just, oh yeah, that's a forever stamp.
This one was 5 cents.
Limited edition Christmas. Oh.
Oh yeah, I needed that.
it's not suggestive.
You know how some people like take a hit off something? And they're like, oh yeah. I don't do drugs, obviously. He slumped back on his rolling office chair and felt the blood trickle down his chapped lips. His eyes rolled back and he could feel his surroundings
What did this man off?
float beneath him. Mail.
What was on it?
Paper.
Glue?
Oh my god.
He allowed his eyelids to flutter sporadically and his muscles to become limp. He looked as though a rag doll had been carelessly thrown into a sitting position. What? Okay. The pathetic man began to feel himself doze off until a loud rapping on his office door knocked him to confused attention.
Brown, what are you doing in there? You're 3 hours late for your delivery. We're getting so many complaint calls from your route. Our lines are getting tied up.
His boss's voice boomed from the other side.
Did you make it look like there's like steam coming out of your head?
I was adding flair,
No one can see your flare, though. That's disappointing.
but you can.
That was
And-
disappointing.
And I'll know. The man cleared his groggy throat before answering. Sorry, sir. I'll get to it.
That is not the voice this man has.
Could only do like cool kid or old man. or well, never mind. The door flew open.
This is the 3rd time this week you were late. What in God's name?
His boss stopped and observed Brown.
Oh man, Brown. Again? I thought you got over this stupid addiction. Your scar's open and you're bleeding all over the mail.
He felt under his nose and felt the scar tissue from all the paper cuts received by this addiction. Indeed, has reopened. What? Okay, whatever. I'm sorry, sir. It won't happen again.
The hell it won't. You're fired. Get out. Right now. I want you out. Don't grab any of your things. The cops can bring them to you. Leave before you infect anything with your nasty self.
Nasty self.
Does anyone want to take over? I got like...
Sure.
Cranier's got it.
I got
Harmony, Cranier. Grand rap.
Me.
At the bottom.
I see that.
Sorry.
Brown stumbled out of his chair and squeezed past his slightly obese ex-boss. He tried to walk a straight line, but kept bumping into other mail carriers, shelves with stacks of envelopes on them, and other miscellaneous things that happened to appear out of nowhere. As he stepped into the bright sunlight, he felt ashamed. How could he let himself get this low again? His wife had already left him and took the kids with her.
What a smart lady. I hope she also got a change of address.
He's now out of a job. What more could happen? He walked as though he were part of the undead, his mind enveloped in his deep depression.
Get it? Enveloped, envelope.
He was such a loser.
So is Anna.
Love you.
I need help, he whimpered to himself. I'll just go back to the old rehab place. Maybe they can help me. So off he went. He arrived at the All Drugs Rehabilitation Building and stepped inside. Inside... What? Okay. Inside, there immediately was the check-in desk with the familiar Hispanic woman working behind it. She glanced up and grimaced. You again? Look, we told you that this place is for those who take actual drugs. What did I tell you the last time you came in? Don't come in unless I actually started using real drugs. I know, but I really need help, he begged. She shook her head and plastered a sarcastic smile on her slender face. Oh, sure, sir. Here, let me call the crack addicts and see if they'll make room for a letter sniffer. It's pretty close to the same thing. Lady, you don't understand. I just got fired because of this. I need serious help. She tossed her head back in laughter. You? You got fired because you sniff letters? That's the most hilarious thing I've heard in my whole life. It's not funny. Please, if you won't help me, then at least tell me someone who will. Go see a shrink, and not our rehab shrink. You don't have a real addiction, so leave. With that, she twirled around and left the front desk. Where are you going? He called after her. On break. You better be gone before the time I get back, or I'll call the cops on your stupid ass.
Dang. God.
He watched her disappear into a room, and then with a heavy sigh, he turned and left the building. He was once again thrown out, and had nowhere to go. He had no one who could help him. What was the point of even being anywhere if no one would take him seriously? Mr. Brown gazed at his surroundings, looking for a solution. There was nothing there for him. He had $12 in his pocket, the clothes on his back, and the shoes on his feet. His wife had the house sold without him knowing it, so he had no place to live. He was residing at the post office in his little office area, but now that's no longer an option, and he was rejected from the only other place that would consider giving him a place to live and the help he needed. The last place that came to mind were the train tracks only a few blocks over.
Oh my god!
Forgot about that part.
The railing would make a nice bed. The end.
No! I'm just over here sitting thinking about like, oh, we should start Letter Sniffers Anonymous, and you're like, oh, this man's gonna get run over by a train. That's how we're gonna solve this problem.
Shit. I'm sorry.
So that's a real statement on
Addiction?
yeah.
Gosh. Can't believe you.
I'm sorry.
You're not. You turned that in!
Yeah, this is like part of my final portfolio.
You're not sorry then.
I got a good grade, so
So yeah, she's not sorry.
I am and I'm not.
If you're a letter sniffer.
Okay, I apologize for 2014 me. I'm
I'm
sorry.
canceling you.
Time to take her out to the shed.
Woo!
This is Honor Out of Context. Thoughts and quotes from your host.
Do trains get anxious about their job and go, "Hmm." Top 15 moments Beth was mean to me. Number 15. Right now.
That's not interesting. That's planetful. Planeteering. Planet care. You know, when you care about the planet and resourceful. Oh, that's resourceful. I just got up to use the piss pocket. Everybody was Shrek ass fighting. Those cheeks were clap ass fighting. Maybe he's a horse. You don't know his life. Do you think that your skin tickles your bones? What a girl wants, what a girl needs, is just me and Jesus between the sheets.
This has been Honor Out of Context.
Okay. What do you... Don't give me that look. What do you have for readings?
Well, I have something a little more wholesome. We're going to read something that I wrote in elementary school called The Day I Got a Pet Spider.
Oh, this is 8,000 times better than what we just listened to.
What if the spider dies at the end?
Well, then you got a pet dead spider. Congrats.
It was written and illustrated by me. I spelled illustrated wrong.
What's your little person saying on the
She's saying, "Yes, I got another pet." And it's me standing next to a tiny box with a little spider in it.
This is kind of funny because my understanding is that you don't like spiders.
Well, maybe wait a second.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Once I was in my basement, and I was about to work on a toy house that my friend and I made. I saw a spider in it. I named it Deadly. It's a daddy long legs. On the next page, there is a picture of it. It's my pet. And I showed it to my friend. She asked what its name was. I said Deadly is its name. Then she said, "Hi, Deadly. I hope my dad doesn't kill it," I replied. This is a true story, you know. And I guess that's it. Any questions?
That's it?
Yeah, and then
Deadly the spider.
yeah. And then I've got a picture of
Is he holding a bouquet of flowers for you?
I think he's holding a present. It's either a present or a bouquet of flowers.
Well, that's a very nice spider.
I like Deadly.
Yeah.
But he's not very deadly.
No, I just thought it was a good name for him.
Because he's a spider.
Uh-huh.
A non-deadly spider.
Right. I lost my train of thought, but that's okay.
Fair enough. Do you have anything else, or
Well, he's a very big spider in this
Oh my
drawing,
god.
but that's all I had to say on that.
Oh,
In
okay.
any case, you have a thing to read, don't you?
I do. Okay, so I have I called it a character sheet earlier, but it's a PSA. I realize. So, Anna, you're gonna have to help fill in some details, but we're gonna learn about Billy.
Oh my god.
Tell us all about Billy. What did you discover about Billy?
Billy is age 103.
Sounds about right.
And soon he's going to turn into an octagon. But he has the brain of a 1-year-old. He also has triangular circular elephantitis with no nose.
With no what?
Nose.
Okay.
Nose. 1 in every 2 kids has this, but they don't realize how freakish they look. It's by far very rare.
1 in 2?
I didn't write this. Anna did.
I know who Billy is.
1 in every 2 kids has this.
Anna, you're not very good at math.
We know! I have a whole journal about it.
But wait, there's more. Billy thinks he's gorgeous. Has high self-esteem, but is always dragged down in denial. Billy is trying to
Do you need assistance?
now raise awareness, but he keeps getting interrupted. So the symptoms of triangular circular elephantitis with no nose include triangular body, gigantic feet with words, baldness, a huge head with no nose, nosebleeds, no toes and 3 fingers, furry, seizures every 2 minutes.
Jeez.
Then you have 3 interviewees, 1 bald, one with a mustache. Okay, there we go. And 1 with a wig. Then in the PSA, Billy's supposed to be shown how he's treated at school. He's shoved in lockers all the time and his feet stick out of the locker. He's obsessed with the number 9. Can I tell you about his family structure?
Uh-huh.
Father should be Hitler.
Oh, shit. What the fuck?
Mother should be Yoko Ono.
Anna, what the fuck?
Harmony is sister to Billy.
You made me related to Hitler?
No, to Billy.
And Billy is related to Hitler?
Billy's also allergic to air, and so he always has to be shot with an EpiPen every 2 minutes. He thinks he's a beautiful fairy. If you would like to help Billy, call 1-800-DONATE, or we will send Billy to your house to live there forever, which we all know you'd yourself after spending 3 seconds with him, so you may as well just donate. Pickles are good too. This is a very long phone number. He was only expected to live until a month old, but will live forever. He's related to all Smileys. Billy's the disgrace of the family. Smiley's always tried to him while growing up. And then there's a bunch of random scribbles.
I'm sorry.
So let me explain. Way back in middle school,
Yeah, that's absolutely some middle school bullshit.
middle or high school, so I won like this weird stuffed animal from a claw machine.
Okay.
And it was
its name Billy?
yes, we named
We
it Billy.
named him Billy.
Oh.
So he had a circular head, like 2 dots and a giant smile, like a smiley face. His body was a triangle, and he was dressed as a soccer player. He had like stick arms and like 3
Yes.
fat giant fingers.
Stick arms, very, very wiggly wobbly stick arms with 3 big old fluffy fingers, and then circles for feet with the same sort of stick legs.
And on the feet, so one had like a soccer ball on it, and then
Uh-huh.
I think he had the number 9 on his shirt.
Okay. Okay.
It looked very freakish, so we decided to come up with a backstory to it, me and my friends.
Well, I was gonna say apparently Harmony was not included in this. Otherwise, I don't think Harmony would have made Billy related to Hitler.
I also wouldn't have made Billy related to me, thus making me related to Hitler.
Don't look angrily at me. Look angrily at Anna.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, you're just in my direct line of sight.
Ooh, boy.
So, I'll have to find Billy, and we can take a picture and send him on our merry way to social media.
Speaking of social media, gosh, Harmony, please, where can they find other atrocious things from us?
Well, if you aren't disgusted with Anna's actions here today,
Excuse me.
you can go to recordbuttongroup.com, and we have links to all of our social media pages there. Make sure to rate and review us on...
Or else we'll send Billy.
Make sure to rate and review us. We also have Patreon. You can find the link to that also on recordbuttongroup.com or in the description of this episode.
Well, that's all I had for today, friends.
You know, it's been a while since I've been to a holy place, but I think I need to go visit one after all the stories we heard today.
Yeah,
I feel that.
you're right. Okay, well, this has been Why Did I Write This? I'm Anna, and I'm sorry for my sins.
I'm Harmony.
I'm Beth.
Okay, love you, goodbye.
Why did I write this?